So as I alluded to a little bit earlier, we are buzzing in studio this morning. We've got ex-professional footballer, I think an entrepreneur who has birthed an empire, and of course the son of the late, great Bob Marley in studio this morning. Rohan Marley, welcome, sir.
Bless it. Thank you for having me, man.
Oh, it's so cool to have you. I'm sorry, Leanne was sitting next to you just a second ago, and then she just left, man. I'm so sorry, man. But it really is awesome to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Man.
I know you're on a special mission, but before we get into that, I mean, there's so many questions I want to ask you. You've lived an incredible life, and am I right in saying that you played against The Rock as an American footballer?
No, we actually went to the same school. We went to the University of Miami together. So we were actually on the same team. We never played against each other.
Thank the Lord. Dude, I got to taste, I was in LA recently during March Madness with the basketball going on there, but varsity sport in America is on a different level. What was that experience? What drew you into football, man?
Being at Miami, right, you know, we're top of the game. We're, you know, every year I've played, we've been ranked between number 1 and number 5. So NCAA in the States, it's really competitive.
Yeah.
And at the level that I played, with like Ray Lewis, Warren Sapp, and all those legends, I mean, you got to be on top of your game.
What position did you play?
Linebacker. I'm defense. You know, I'm like the lion.
Hard,
like,
tough as nails.
So you gotta be on top of your game, and it's really about dominating. You know what I mean? And when we played, it was like a professional. It was almost like professional.
Oh yeah, no, you can see it. That's where the draft begins, man.
Right.
It literally is that. 10 siblings. That is insane. That's where that lion spirit, I would imagine, is born. What was it like growing up in such a massive family? How often do you guys get to see each other? Are you all over the world?
You know, at a young age, you know, our father left this plane at a young age when we were like, I was 9 years old.
Yeah.
So what takes place from there on, you only have your brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? And with big brothers like Ziggy and Steven, they're there to keep you in line, keep that message within you and the legacy, you know? So growing up with a family like that, it's very, very strong and very close, and we watch each other, you know? Because we have something to live for, and what our father gave us is just what we've been building upon, you know what I mean? So it's really, really special.
I love that they provide that true north, which is amazing. Is that what drives you now? You're an entrepreneur above all else, and I think you can be so proud of what you've achieved, man. An empire. We're talking Marley Coffee, Marley Beverages, House of Marley, OneLove.org. Is that what pushes you, the legacy?
You know what pushed me? I can't sing, so I had to find...
I feel you, brother. I feel you, man.
So I had to find a way to deliver my message, you know? and that message was like sustainability and really getting into business and finding a way where I can give back to a community. And how I really got into business is after football, I wanted to find something to do with myself. And I stumbled on a piece of farm and a piece of land in Jamaica, and the land happened to have coffee on the land. So I kind of asked the community, did they know anything about coffee? And they said yes. So I said, all right, we're in the coffee business. So that was 1999. So it took me some time, and learning to do business by principle and not by just profits and gains. That's kind of...
Play the long game, yeah.
Absolutely.
Which was tougher, American football or being an entrepreneur, especially in those first few years?
You know, football taught me a lot. I mean, with friendship, togetherness, building a team, leadership. And when you take those qualities into business, I kind of have that same drive to become number 1 at what I'm doing. And being number 1 is not necessarily making the most in the business, but doing the business your way and doing it the right way, so your business stay pure and true. I don't really think it's, I think each is a bridge to the other, because it's my life and it's my experiences, and it's those same experiences that made me who I am today, you know? So I use one to help the other, you know what I mean? It's a drive, give me the drive.
I love that, man. Well, I'm gonna let that sink in. I'm gonna let it sink in with me for just a moment. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll see you on the other side.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Thank you so much for tuning in as we kickstart what has been an inspirational new week. We're extremely lucky to have a very special guest with us this morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, making it even more feel good. I've been feeling his vibe this morning. I'm talking about entrepreneur and, of course, son to the late, great Bob Marley, Rohan Marley. Brother, it's been so cool to chat to you, even just for a few moments. I would imagine you've lived quite an amazing life, and it feels like you've only just gotten started, man.
Yeah, I'm still young, you know.
Why are you here? Why do you keep coming back to South Africa? What is your motivation for being here this time?
This particular trip, it's very special to me because I'm invited by the South African Tourism, who invited me here. But also a friend of mine called me a couple of months ago, and she said, you know, Rohan, I'm doing this thing, and I'm trying to encourage people to go back to Africa. She has a thing called A Way to Africa, and would you like to be my ambassador? I'm like, what does it mean to be an ambassador? Well, you'd have to go to South Africa and encourage our Jamaicans or all your friends or whomever to come to South Africa. And it was just beautiful that South African tourism, they got involved and they got me here, and it's just amazing. That's why I'm really here, is to really encourage the Western Hemisphere people to come to Africa, because South Africa is emerging, and it's been emerging, so it's just beautiful here. And my brother Ziggy, every time I tell him I'm going to Africa, he's like, listen, find us a piece of land. So
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, you get a bird's eye view. You can pick, might be a bit pricey along this side, bro.
I know,
but,
right?
what does it mean to you then to come to Africa? What does that conjure emotionally?
Like if we're over on the other side of the world there, I see Africa as a millennium place. It's where it's an emerging market. It's where it's fresh, it's green, it's beautiful. It's a lot of youth being engaged in today's world as far as entrepreneurial, you know? So South Africa is like totally advanced. I mean, it's beautiful.
What kind of a life, right? Yeah.
It's crazy, you know? So it's nice that I myself as an entrepreneur, I can establish my business here because, you know, Marley Coffee is established here, House of Marley's here. So it's beautiful to be here, and I just want to have a place here so much, you know? When I return home, I'm like, Ziggy, I found a piece of land, man.
It doesn't matter where, but
there's somewhere in South Africa here, you know?
And we'd love to have you here. I mean, I think I could organise a weekly slot for you. You were here at pretty good timing, the Cape Town International Jazz Festival. Did you get a chance to stop by?
Yeah, it was amazing because, what was that, Saturday night, I think? Yeah, Saturday night, I went, and Corinne Bailey Ray, she sang one of my dad's songs in her own renditions. I was like, whoa, it was like my first experience at a jazz festival in a very, very long time. So
did she do it justice?
It was beautiful. She did a wonderful job. And I mean, and then again, Cape Town, they host like a beautiful situation, you know what I mean? A lot of people, well organized, you know, I loved it.
And we love the culture here, especially in the Cape. The jazz culture is strong, but right the way through South Africa, and young musicians as well being inspired.
Yeah, you had a great musician on earlier, man. He's awesome.
He's
like
amazing. Jan Patlanski. I know, it's like August Rush stuff there. So what's next for you? When you talk about the brands being here in South Africa and that entrepreneurial footprint, what's next for the entrepreneurial role?
You know, I think what's next for myself is really to get settled here in South Africa. And with Marley Coffee, I'm kind of relaunching the brand. And South Africa, what my idea for South Africa is to really develop Marley Coffee here, but with all African coffee, nothing like, no imported stuff, meaning nothing from that side of the world, really, because Africa is beautiful coffee.
Yeah,
so I'm going to build a brand called Marley Coffee Africa, established here in South Africa. So that's what's next.
I love the fact that we keep showing this picture of you just laughing at your success, man. You're laughing all the way to the bank, bro.
It's just being happy that you can do something and move something along, you know. And I'm just proud of Marley Coffee. And now like the main thing is, when I started, Marley Coffee was my baby, you know. And I told my family, if Marley Coffee works, it's a family business. But if it fails, you blame me.
Yeah, that's how it works in a big family, man. Yeah, no, you've nailed it, brother. It's been inspirational to hear you talk from all perspectives. I think you are doing the legacy justice, man. It really is so lovely to connect with you. Please get a place close to our studio when you do relocate with Ziggy, man. You're welcome any day. But stick around. We're going to have a little bit of fun with you just before you head out of here. But an inspirational morning with Rohan Marley, and you can let us know what you think of this young man and his unbelievable entrepreneurial spirit. Hit us up on our social media platforms.